Hey y'all, it is DJ, trichologist in training, cosmetologist, educator with over 10 years of experience, specialized in curly hair care, but mainly all hair types, right? Today, I'm going to go in about a few things about wash and goes. I've noticed that a lot of my clients have been experiencing issues with their wash and goes. Well, a lot of new clients, those who are my loyal clients, don't have this issue anymore. But those who are new have experienced issues with their wash and goes, have not really been able to be successful with things like allowing the wash and goes to last them more than 3 days, or being able to have definition, or even to the point where sometimes they experience hardness or like crunchiness in their hair when they define their curls. So this video is to address all of that, and I will also be giving more information about how you can get with me so that I can personally show you hands-on on how to manage and style and prep your hair for a wash and go, so that way you get a great wash and go each time, no matter what, even with or without a professional. So, in this video, it is called 7 Things You Are Doing Wrong with Your Wash and Goes. Okay, so let's get started. So, number 1, your hair is not clean. And I know you guys have probably heard this for those who do a lot of research online about hair care, where we say the cleaner your hair is, the better. But this is an actual fact, especially for those who are already accustomed to doing wash and goes pretty often. Those products that we use for wash and goes, like those curl definition creams and stylers and gels and mousse, those things can tend to create buildup and layer up on the hair, and over time it makes the hair less manageable, or won't even hold in the style as long as it previously did before, when it didn't have all that buildup there in the first place. So your hair is not clean. That's the first step. That's always the first step when it comes to your wash and go. You want to make sure your hair is fully clean. And the best way to do that, especially if you're someone who uses gels and butters and oils and creams a lot throughout their hair care routine, would be highly suggested to have a detox shampoo, or a clarifying shampoo, or even a deep cleansing shampoo. They all typically do the same, they just have different names, but they're meant to be able to help you get all that excess oil buildup cream that's suffocating your cuticles, making it harder to style or to show definition when it's time to do your wash and go. So that's tip number 1. Your hair ain't clean. And a lot of the time I notice that clients assume that they're properly cleaning their hair at home, and that's not the case at all. Once I get the rundown of how they actually do it, I then realize, okay, your hair is definitely not going to be clean after this. We're going to have to reevaluate your routine. Most of the time it includes, 1, the shampoo that they're using, having to incorporate a detoxing shampoo in their monthly hair care routine. 2, they're not washing their hair enough. A lot of the time we assume that, okay, I'll wash my hair once, cool, I'm ready to get up out the shower, or I'm ready to get up out the sink. No, especially for curlier hair, our hair tends to trap in dirt and keep it in there longer. It tends to trap in oils and butters and creams. And if it's doing that, we need to make sure the hair is fully, truly lathered. Got to make sure that hair is fully, truly lathered. And when we know that it's fully, truly lathered is when it's had more than 1 or 2 shampoos. So I typically like to tell my clients to wash their hair at least 2 to 3 times when doing, when cleansing the hair, whether you're detoxing it or not, whether you're having a regular shampoo day, whether you're going to incorporate a treatment and not incorporate a treatment. Wash your hair at least 2 to 3 times. 3 times is my sweet spot. If you're with me in my salon and you're getting your hair washed, baby, I'm probably gonna wash it about 3-4 times. I'm sorry, because there's a lot of stuff that's going on in the hair and scalp that requires more massaging to lift that dirt about the hair, much more moisture, much more water, yeah. So when it comes to washing, please do not half-ass it. do it at least 2 to 3 times before moving over to the conditioner. So that's just number one, right? We didn't even get to the rest of the list yet. Mind you, we have 7 things, so 6 more to go. So like I said, number one, the reason why your wash and go is not coming out right is because your hair is not really clean, and it needs to be squeaky clean if possible for the definition to really show. You are detangling your hair improperly, and I cannot stress this. I watch clients detangle their hair, section their hair, comb their hair, brush their hair, and honestly, they're causing more breakage, and they don't even know it. And now this is not a thing where I'm like pointing fingers. This is not me pointing fingers, because I used to do it wrong too. I used to fight with the hair. I used to not realize that there's specific techniques you need to use in order to properly detangle the hair, whether you're using your fingers, your hand, your comb, your brush. There's specific ways that you're supposed to actually use it on the hair, whether straight or curly. They're all different, but there's specific ways you actually use these things on the hair to prevent causing more breakage. Because our hair is curly and it tends to like create that wiry, springy effect, if there's anything that catches into it without intention, it will snaggle, break right off. So there is a technique to properly detangle your hair. And I realize most people don't know about this. I myself had to go fly to Maryland. Shout out to Texture versus Race. If you are a hairstylist and want to up their game in the natural hair care industry, I would highly suggest you go follow them on Instagram. It's Texture versus Race and Strand, Strand. The best powerhouses to really provide education and holistic wellness in the natural hair care community. That's backed by science. So with that being said, I would highly say that, well, for me, when you bring it back to the story I was just saying, for me, I had to travel to Maryland to go get this information. And I didn't even know I was getting this information. At the end of the 3-day, it was a convention where we all got hands-on with how to properly do wash and go section, shampoo, curly hair. That's when I realized, my God, for about 25 years of my life, let's say 26, I've been doing this all wrong. Like, even to me, is this why I went rogue and decided to lock my hair? Because my natural hair at some point got the best of me too, because I didn't understand it. But after going to that place, to that convention, not even just that, like after constant education, learning from people who's been in the game for over 25 years plus, who understand trends and understand what works and what really doesn't, they're the ones who gave me the guidance on how to properly detangle hair, whether it's with my fingers, my hand, a comb, or a brush. And this has also allowed me to not only improve the length retention on my clients, but it's also given me the skill to teach my clients how to properly manage, detangle, section, manipulate their hair the right way without causing more breakage. So that's the second thing. You're detangling your hair improperly. And when you wind up doing that, another thing that tends to happen is when we go against the hair shaft, we tend to split that cuticle open, not necessarily realizing it. And then that's what creates the frizz and the excessive tangles, which then leads to a detangling process that feels like it's never going to end. So with that being said, 2, detangling improperly. That could be another thing that's causing your wash and goes to not come out looking right. Now here's the third thing. Number 3. We have one of my main issues, especially for these girls who have very full, big hair, the high density girls. Please, ladies, if you know you will be doing a wash and go, your hair needs to be saturated in all areas of the head in order for products to properly work, definition to properly pop, all of the things, right? And I noticed that when it comes to sectioning the hair, we tend to half-ass that as well. excuse my French, but we tend to like rush the process because we're impatient or we feel like it's taking forever. And because of we're not sectioning the hair properly or sectioning it enough, meaning let's say if you have a head full of hair, a very, very full head of hair, I would highly suggest you have at least 8 sections separated when doing your wash and go. If your hair is not sectioned out in those in a lot of sections, then it'll be difficult for you to hold each section with one hand and apply whatever product, moisture, or whatever that needs to be there. So if it can't fit the palm of your hand, that section is likely too big. And what I'm saying a lot is that people are being impatient with themselves, and instead of doing enough sections on the head for moisture and product to properly saturate, they will shortcut and probably split the hair in 2 sections or 4 sections. And I'm telling you, especially if you're a girl who has high density hair, full hair, do not do that because your washing will come out looking right. Do 8 sections or more. If you do have fine hair, thinner hair, not as full, not as if you have a low density, if you're on the low density end, then usually 4 sections will work best. But if we're talking about wash and goes, we're going to need 4 sections or more. And the higher the density of your hair, the more sections you'll need. And what I like to tell my clients is you'll know if that section is too big to work with if it can't fit the palm of your hand. So if I can't do this, meaning if I do this and it feels like it's getting too big, then I'm not going to work with this section. But I can work with this because my hand actually fully closes, meaning I'm going to actually properly lather, massage, and help that product and water penetrate deeper to the hair shaft. Okay, so that's a big thing that I see happening a lot, not just with my clients, not just with new clients, but just with everyone in the industry. And it's because we don't know, and now you know. So the 4th thing I would say that we do that's making our wash and goes come out looking crazy is we're using the wrong products. Sorry, not sorry. Now, I'm not going to sit here and tell you which products to use or which products not to use because every one is different. What may work for one person may not work for another, or it may work for another, but in a different way, in different steps, in different form of layering. So if you are not aware of your hair type, your hair density, your hair porosity, if you're not aware of these things, your wash and go is not going to come out as well as it could, right? Or it won't last as long as it could. So with this being said, if you are using the wrong products for your hair type, you're not going to get the 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, sometimes 10 to 14 day hold that you hope to expect to get. There are different types of products too when it comes to wash and goes, because they're like curl defining cream, there are curl defining stylers, there's curl defining gels, there are mousses, there are curl defining butters. Like they got so many different types of stuff that claim to curl define that you have to be very careful with how you not only with which ones you use, but how you use them. Because at the end of the day, if you're trying to just do wash and goes for yourself and you're just buying any product off the market that's sold to you, what can lead up is that you're not realizing that your hair is starting to have cuticle suffocation because of those heavy creams and butters that we're either not layering properly, we're not properly cleansing out, or we're not properly using because we shouldn't be using that product at all. And a lot of the time, when we do this, it creates breakage. So this whole time we're trying to lean into the wash and go lifestyle so that way we can have less breakage and deal with less heat, chemical, braids, extensions, right? We do the wash and go so we can take a break from all of those things that do break our hair. Yet we still find ourselves breaking our hair. And it's usually the products that are the culprit. And that's number 4, which makes me move on to number 5, to where you're not layering your products properly, right? So I mentioned the creams, the stylers, the gels, the custards, the mousses, right? There's different versions of curl definition products. And if you don't know anything about these things, and if you don't know anything about your hair type, your hair porosity, your hair density, elasticity. If you don't understand any of those things, you're going to wind up spending so much money on so many curl definition products that don't give you the result that you're looking for, right? And you might wind up spending more money than you need to, or layering products in the wrong way. So let's say you have those gels and those mousses, right? Or those creams and those butters, or even the leave-ins, the curl defining leave-ins conditioners. If you're not layering them the proper way, which differs for every person, I'm not gonna sit here and tell y'all do this, do that, and do this, because if you want to know about how to do this and do that and do this for your specific hair type, you're just gonna have to come to class. I am hosting a class. It's a hands-on class. It's on January 3rd at 3 p.m. This upcoming year, so 2026, if you are tired of struggling with your wash and goes, tired of having your wash and goes come out looking crazy, tired of spending so much time to define your curls and they don't even come out defined, if you're just tired, honey, and you want this to be the last year, 2025 to be the last year of you struggling with your wash and goes, I highly suggest you sign up for class. The link will be somewhere in the description below in the video. So with that being said, layering your products really matters. Yeah. Sometimes you have mousses that you'll apply first, or gels that you'll apply first, or leave-ins that you'll apply. There's some clients that I don't even believe in putting conditioners in because I'm going to do a wash and go. A whole other conversation for another day, right? But not everybody can get that. Everybody's different depending on their hair type, their hair health, and the look they're trying to achieve. And when you're layering products too many, too little, the wrong ones and the wrong steps, that can cause issues with your wash and go. And honestly, it could even cause issues with just your natural hair over time. So you want to know which ones to use for your specific hair type, hair structure, versus just using anything that's marketed out to you or anything that says, oh, this works for me, this might work for you. Once I'm able to, depending on whether you come to me for a new client consultation in my salon, or if you come to a hands-on workshop that I'm going to be hosting soon in January, or if you decide to have a private class with me one-on-one to understand this stuff, your hair type is going to be different than the person next to you. So I'm not going to refer to the same steps or the same techniques or the same uses for things that I would your daughter or your sister or your friend, right? So be mindful of that when it comes to the wash and go. If you have someone telling you that this is one size fits all, baby, they don't know what they're doing, okay? There's no such thing. There's no such thing. So that was number 5, not layering your products properly, okay? And if you want to know how to layer them properly, just come to class. So, number 6, air drying versus diffusers versus hooded dryers. 3 different things, 3 different methods, right? In class, January 3rd, I'm going to go so much more deeper about this because people have different opinions on this, but I'm talking about science here. It's all about facts. It's all about experiences. We don't do no hypothetical. We don't do theories over here, okay? So as far as air drying, a lot of people would assume that air drying is safe, but in some instances, they can be pretty much more damaging to your hair care routine of obtaining or keeping and maintaining healthy hair. When it comes to diffusing, not everyone needs it. Honestly, for diffusing, some people may require not to use it because they could feel like it gives too much volume. And there's some people who want more volume, so then they use a diffuser. When it comes to air drying, I wouldn't suggest anyone with just a full head of hair air drying. Like, don't be doing the wash and goes at night if you know you got long hair. Like, don't do that. I have my clients who come up in here trying to get wash and goes at 2 p.m. I'm like, yo, you have to sit under that dryer for like an hour before you go. Because wet hair, especially wet hair with conditioner and product in it, is never good to sleep with. That's number 1. And 2, I noticed that those with shorter hair have a more successful with air drying, because when it comes to air drying, you cannot regulate which areas get dry first. So, but the shorter the hair is, the more uniform it is for air to pass through. The longer your hair is, the more difficult it is for air to pass through. So some areas will be drier than others, and some areas will be wetter than others, which actually will make that wash and go come out looking uneven, not cohesive. Some of the definition may not be as defined as it would if it was dried in place, right? And that's where the diffuser comes in. But there's people who don't want to use the diffuser because they notice that it gives them a lot of volume, But this is great for people who have finer hair, right? If your hair's pretty thin, or when you put gels or mousses on it, you look like a wet dog where it's weighed down, then the diffuser is for you. The diffuser will definitely assist you with creating more volume at the root, but also keeping those curls defined as well. And then let's say you have a lot of hair or just regular hair, doesn't matter, but you don't want too much volume. It's usually for the girls with a tight V curl shape or with tighter curls. They usually have lots of volume, right? So it's like, I don't need the diffuser. I prefer to sit under the dryer so that my hair can just, if it's like this and it's laid, I want it to just stay and dry in place laid that way. And then once they get out the dryer, 2, 3, 4 days go by, their hair just gets bigger and bigger and bigger naturally, and it still looks very good because that heat allowed it to stay in place, like it dried it in place. So that's what needs to be understood when trying to figure out which process you should use for the wash and go. Your texture also plays a role as well, right? So I don't want to tell you which method is best to use. Um, just come to class, and then I can tell you what's best and what's not, because I don't care what these stylists out here telling you. There is, and this applies to the doctors too. There is no such thing as one size fits all. Okay. And don't let nobody try to cheat you into thinking otherwise. And now, last but not least, that would be number 7, which is you're doing your maintenance routine all wrong, right? So okay, let's say you're at home, you've been successful with the wash and go, and you're just excited, you're ecstatic, but now you have to make sure it stays maintained at home so you can get the 5 to 10 to 14-day hold that you're looking for. I would highly suggest you invest in silk, 100% mulberry silk, not that fake plastic satin that they got out here. Satin is not silk. I don't care if they say satin silk or silk satin. If you see that word satin, it's not real silk. It's plastic. It's carcinogenic. So you're better off investing in 100% silk, which is usually 100% mulberry silk. I'll include that in the link somewhere as well. And the 100% mulberry silk lasts forever. It won't rip apart like all these fake satin bonnets nowadays. You can get you a scarf and tie your hair down when you go to bed. Now, there's been this trend of the pineapple method that's happening for women. They want you to tie your hair up after you do your wash and go. I find it a little ludicrous because what hair tends to do, especially if your hair is still a little bit wet from the wash and go, it tends to set, or especially our curly, springy hair, okay? Our hair is already growing outwardly. It's already defying gravity. So when you go ahead and you take something and you leave it up there and you sleep on it for about 8 hours, when you get up, honey, it's not going to want to come down. And in order for it to come down, you're going to have to pull and pull and pull. And depending on how much in a rush you are, how well you know how to maneuver your hair, depending on that, you're going to wind up messing up your washing up. Like, you just went through all that to look good the day before. You listen to them and they tell you to put it up in a pineapple method. Just be the next day to be walking around with a big poof ball that just won't come down. This is what I tell my clients all the time. Stop falling for what they are telling you on YouTube. And if you are, make sure it's backed by a professional who does this, who's been doing this, like I've been doing this for over 10 years. So, with that being said, if you want to maintain your wash and go, no matter how short or how long your hair is, and I recommend this for those whose hair is very full, very, very thick, very high density, please do not tie it up, tie it down. Just take your scarf, take your hair, you know what I'm saying, roll it in, honey, and curls won't be popping and defined. I have locks, so you can't really see me but what I tell my clients is just roll it in and tuck. Roll it in and tuck. And then wrap that scarf down and go to bed. And when you wake up, you can easily, I'd rather you put some oil on your hands first, and when you take that scarf off, and then you put a little bit of oil, doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what oil. A little bit or serum, and then you slowly lift out your washer. And then you direct those curls how you see fit. Okay? Don't listen to these people online. They don't know what they're talking about, and maybe they're gonna have y'all messed up in the head. So, with all that being said, those were the 7 main things that I find people doing wrong when it comes to achieving a wash and go at home. Okay, and I will be showing several different uh, videos and images of how I do the wash and go in my salon and how my clients are able to get at least a minimum of 7 days to 14 days with that food. So, and usually that time of being able to have food all depends on you and how you maintain your hair at home, right? So, for those who are interested in learning more about how to get their wash and go down pack, like I said, if you're sick of buying too many products, using too many products, spending all day messing with your hair, watching so many videos, if you're just tired, which you should be because you're not gonna get the right information for you online, meet with me. Sign up for class. I'll be able to show you hands-on on how to do definition for your curls, whether you come in as a model for yourself or you practice on yourself, or you can bring a friend or a family member or a child if you want to practice on them, or you can practice on the live models that we will be having in class on the day in session. So I highly suggest if you're struggling and it's very affordable class, baby, it's probably as cheap as I will ever put this class. It's cheap as I would ever put this class, okay? I did it for y'all, to bless y'all for holiday season, to get y'all year started off right, and to have less of you guys complaining about your natural hair. I want y'all to love y'all hair. Stop hating on your hair, okay? Your hair ain't do nothing to you. You're gonna work it out together, okay? Now, I also do have a wash and go guide. It's a presentation. It's going to be in somewhere in the link below as well. If you are interested in learning more about tips like this, if you're a stylist, if you're a braider, a loctician, if you are a cosmetology school student, especially the cosmetology student, if you want information that they're not teaching you in cosmetology school, sign up for my school academy. You'll see it somewhere in the link below as well. You'll get videos like these about how I basically debunk myths in the hair care industry, especially for people who look like us, so that way we can start getting real progress when it comes to healthy hair care. I also do provide salon services, so you'll be able to see that in the link below as well. If you are interested in becoming a client, hit the link and become a client by signing up for a new client consultation, okay? And these consultations, they take a while. They take about 2, 3, 4 hours. They take this long because I go in, okay? Like I will be at the class, at the workshop, okay? I go in about your hair type, your hair structure, your hair texture, your hair elasticity, your porosity, your density, baby, your hair profile, your hair ID. I break it down, and I break it down for every single person who's individual, as an individual, because what you have going on is not the same thing as what your mother has going on, and it's not the same thing as your brother or sister. So treat yourself unique, like a snowflake, and you'll get much more better progress when it comes to your hair care routine. So if you're interested in that, you can either sign up for the workshop where there will be several other sisters, maybe brothers, learning how to define their curls the proper way. And if you can't make it to that class or prefer a more intimate and private setting, you can book a private class with me where I can show you all those things as well. Now, if you are bringing a child to class during the workshop, that's great. By all means, please do. But I do not service children. I have a fast-paced business, and having children at the moment, it does not align. So, and also realize that I had to teach the adults better practices for it then to create a ripple effect, a domino effect into the home where the children adopt better healthy hair care habits as well. So I find it way more effective doing the parents or the adults rather than doing the children in this moment. But although I don't service kids, I do provide education for kids as well, and they are wrapped up in books. So I create children's books. I do have a book called Jake and the Bad Case of the Flake, and it's catered towards young boys and teaching them how to take care of their hair because little black boys get forgotten about. I was inspired by my son on how to maintain his hair when he started his hair growth journey, and it's also to teach the importance of hair care and hygiene. The same applies to my second book, which was actually my first book that I made, called Hair That Blossoms. It's not just a storybook, it's a coloring book. And in this coloring book, which is perfect for kids and adults, mainly geared towards girls, young ladies, and it teaches about hygiene and hair care and how you are a plant. And it really opens you up into understanding what's really important when it comes to hair care. So that is um, a gist of today's video. I didn't expect it to go this long, but it is what it is, okay? All the information you need to know about me to connect will be in the link somewhere below on the side, depending on where I've dropped this, likely on YouTube. And if you are interested in class, you know where to find me. Do not hesitate to sign up. There are only a few tickets, and I'm telling you, it will never be this cheap ever again. Don't say I ain't did it for you. And yeah, that'll be about it. Thanks for watching this video today, and hopefully I'll connect with you soon. Bye.